envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
This is Charles Osgood. Dell is proud to support small businesses with reliable, award-winning technology powered by Intel Core processors and created to give your business 4 times faster performance and cut downtime by 50%. During Small Business Month, enjoy 35% off select business PCs and get free shipping and advice from Dell's dedicated experts. Visit Dell.com/radio to discover how they can help you to do your best work. Intel inside, powerful solution outside.
Are you ready, Jackie and the tech crew? Woo!
Good morning.
Happy Friday. It's Younger Life Live.
Yep.
You feel good today.
I feel great. It's
I feel
beautiful.
awesome.
And we're going into a gorgeous weekend and see temperatures are supposed to be creeping up. I'm
That's what
loving it. I know. I love it.
I feel like spring and summer's in the air.
Yeah,
I wore this in honor of you today and the listeners because it's my nice jacket for my godson, Dano, I call him. He's a college kid.
Oh, that's funny.
And
You call him Dano?
Yeah.
I call my son Dano all the time. How funny.
Dano and
Dano. How cute. Anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So how are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
I'm doing great. Yep. I'm all ready. It's Friday. The week flew by. I mean, it really did. We've had a nice week. So.
And it's been a really nice week. I have to say this for the record. Sanders, we love him more than anything. Ex-military guy, Marine, and God bless our veterans. But Jackie has been off the hook awesome. Crazy girl.
Yeah, she's done fabulous. You know, she's so new. She's our intern of like 2 weeks now, I think. So
look at her. She's smiling.
She's done so good. And
Listen,
it's been great.
she's been doing, updates for the radio side of this company. In Younger Life, of course, airs from 9 to 10 and on YouTube.com. So if you're listening and you want to, kind of put us on, that's great. We stream on WIMSradio.com and AM 1420. But I want to throw this out there. This is what makes me feel good as the old guy on the show, even though this is Younger Life, is that how cute is this, that Jackie, who's still in college, and she's wearing the Grateful Dead shirt.
I know.
Jackie!
I know.
Woo!
And boy, you picked up on it like that too, which is awesome.
And because she's got this cool outfit on, and I'm like, I noticed the logo. I'm like, Jackie, are you wearing a Grateful Dead shirt?
Yeah.
She goes, why I am, Ricky.
It's awesome.
So it was great. But she came in and she had a tall tumbler of ice cold water, and I thought to myself, man, does
Mine's
that look
full
good.
of coffee.
Yeah, well, you got a little bit of coffee going, and I've got both today. Some coffee and some really chilled water. That's the kind of mode I'm in today.
Really?
Yeah. I went for a nice walk this morning. I know it sounds weird. I got up at like 1:20.
Oh, good
and
Lord. Not
ironed
me.
my clothes, took a shower. Everybody was sleeping still, obviously, because I'm the weird one. But I went for a walk, and I got to tell you, it was so good for the mojo, so good for the mind.
It's beautiful.
So beautiful.
Even really early this morning, not near that early, hours later, but still early, I was letting my dogs out. And, it's cool out, but it is so nice. And you just know, oh, this is the best. I love this kind of weather.
Well, on the second level of our home we leave the windows open. So even if we don't open the bedroom windows per se,
Yeah.
but like let's say the bathroom or whatever,
Anything,
just
yeah.
to let a gentle cross breeze come.
Yeah, that's
man, that
nice.
really, I don't know how people feel about this, but I just love that type of feel. I just like the air and the wind and blowing through my hair.
Yeah, it's nice. I love
She's like,
it.
okay, he's turned cray cray.
Well, I
on
was
me.
just thinking, I'm such a baby. I don't like to leave the windows open at night.
Why?
I'll
think
tell
about
you
the
why.
kids?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, you're
All
not
I think
crazy.
of is Elizabeth Smart. Okay, let me tell you.
Wait, what's that? Like, who's that?
She is that girl that got stolen out of her room.
I
Now,
know
you know,
exactly.
it's
Now that you say that,
now
yeah,
it's
it's
crazy,
serious.
and I know that I'm a little paranoid. But again, they never felt like they had any reason to be worried.
Right.
And I watched her parents on an interview after she had been returned home,
Right.
and the mother got choked up and said, it was difficult. She was gone for years. She was kidnapped for years. So she said it was difficult because they always kept everything locked. But she said that night at dinner, she had burned the potatoes. And so she rinsed out the pan, but to leave that steam, smoke, and
The
that
stench,
smell
the
out,
smell, sure.
she left the kitchen window open.
Oh.
And she said just that haunted her for so long because they usually didn't do that, but to leave that window open and that be the night your daughter is stolen out of her house.
Oh, my
so
gosh.
let me tell you, as being ridiculous as it is, that has scared me. For years, I think, oh man, I scout the house and make sure everything's locked up. I realize if someone wanted to get in your home bad enough, they're going to.
Right.
But why not put up at least a few hurdles in their way? You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, a lot of people out there like their alarms and stuff, but even a lot of the alarms that are out there do a job, but
Yeah.
I'll just use the word, and I'm just hypothetically speaking, not as thorough as they maybe should be.
Criminals will find a way.
That's what
and
I
I
mean.
mean, and it's not,
Absolutely.
and it's scary, but it's a reality.
sure
I mean,
is. Oh, yeah.
criminals. There's a reason that they are criminals. They aren't just
They've
your.
got that weird unique mind.
They're just different, and if they're willing to risk their rights and their life by breaking a law, they're going to go as far as they need to if they want to. So, I mean. Again, but I listen to you. I think, oh, that would be beautiful to leave everything open, but I'm just too paranoid at night. During the day, it's different, but at night, and I realize that's silly too because someone could still come during the day. But again,
Listen,
you're unaware at night.
If they're gonna want to break in, or if they're gonna want to get in, and plus, let's be honest, I would never want to toy with your husband. and my wife always says stuff like this, which I love. I don't think anybody wants to toy with a Mexican woman that's in her 40s that's got rage.
I love that. I do.
But
I love
rage
that.
only for the bad things
When it's
what I'm saying?
necessary.
When it's necessary.
That's right.
And then I've got two
Oh,
daughters.
that's that
to
mama
do.
bear thing. Honestly,
you're
it
right.
really is.
Yes.
You want to talk about go crazy? There's a parent will do that.
I'm afraid of my wife.
Bravo, though. Then she's doing her job well. I mean,
Whoa.
I love that. But
Are you pushing that item on Younger
anyways,
Life?
no,
Let's get
I'm
Norma
not.
on the phone.
No, I'm not. I am actually today. The only thing I'm
great.
pushing today is kind of just lighthearted. I won't even say humor because these are true. But
Do you want to do like a free form Friday on Younger
Yes,
Life?
well, I do in a
Okay.
sense. We had yesterday Jeremy, the pharmacist from
Who
LaPorte
was
Hospital.
Stellar.
He did great.
He gets better every time. But yesterday he was on the nose.
Yeah,
on
he
that
was.
one.
He did.
Really
He
good.
did fabulous.
Yeah, thank
and,
you, Jeremy.
Gave us a bunch of great information. But he said something that struck a chord with me, and I think a lot of people, especially in this trying to adopt more healthy lifestyle.
Sure, absolutely.
He commented that he is a pharmacist, so he knows the value of medicines. But having said that and having that knowledge,
Yes.
he also knows the more chemicals we introduce to our body. Now, that doesn't mean a pill necessarily. It's also things we put on us, we breathe in general, our environment. He said you never know with those chemicals. They all do stuff.
Yes.
And they all do things. And so he wants to reduce the chemicals as much as he can. I thought that was a great point, and especially for his children and stuff like that. And I thought, it's so true. I love that he said that with his background and his degrees and his knowledge, because it is very true. The more we can stay natural or keep things natural and keep medicine for those things that we have to take it for, the more effective the medicine is, and the better our bodies will respond, I feel like. So I thought it would be interesting to pull up some kind of weird but true. We do that every now and then, weird but true. These are health things that are more, I won't say wives' tales, but they actually have merit and they have been proven, and they're more all natural, like,
is this where we
anecdotes.
insert disclaimer on Younger Life?
Yeah, we are not doctors.
We are not doctors.
We are
Mary
not
Anthony nor Rick
doctors.
Federici, nor do we play them. Although I won't even go. I won't say the line I was going to say. I do play doctor with Norma. Okay, safe and sorry. Now, I want to throw this out there. I just got a direct connect. Carrie Garwood Orchard. Speaking of that,
fabulous.
Reminding folks in our area. She goes, I love the Younger Life program, Rick and Mary. I just want to let you know that we've got fresh asparagus. Speaking of good things to eat and other things available at Garwood. We need to get Carrie on the air. We should do a tour of Garwood Orchard.
I was going to say, we do that. We go there.
I love going there. I've been going there for years.
Yeah, me too. And
love it.
We love going there. And we've also gone, I love that the schools do that.
Yes.
So we've done
Field
that for the
trips.
schools, field trips, and just our own family has gone. So I would love to get that work done.
Okay, let's do that. Speaking of field trips, if you don't mind me asking, I know that you were a chaperone, Mom. Is that what you were?
I did a field trip yesterday with our preschool, and we had a great time.
And you guys went to one of the only, there's only a handful of zoos left really on water in the United States of America. And I don't know if you know that. That's a big stat. And one of them is Washington Park Zoo in Michigan City, Indiana, which is gorgeous, nestled up in the Dunes corridor.
We had a great time.
How was it? Was it nice?
It was packed. There were lots of schools that had the same idea, but it was a great time. I mean, really, the kids loved it, and we're talking preschool age.
Sure. Oh, yeah. They're little.
It was, and that's perfect.
They probably just loved it.
They did. They had a great time, and it was funny. I was thinking of Younger Life and climbed the tower.
Oh, I love it.
Now,
do it.
Oh man, I said, I don't feel out of shape, but or not that out of shape, but
who's out of shape?
I said I don't really feel like I'm that out of shape.
No, you're not.
But I get down from there, and I was like, my legs feel like Jello, and it was, it was just.
You want to do like a
and you know what though, it felt good, and kind of, I said I'm gonna go up first, so my sister and I tried to go ahead of the kids.
The pack? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which was awesome because then, we felt like we could hurry a little and really, work it. Is that us?
No, it's just someone calling into the Younger Life newsroom.
Oh, good. Now I hear it. Just making sure it's not us. So we had a great time, and I got a lot of steps in. So that was nice, and it was a beautiful day.
Do you still wear your Fitbit? Speaking of
forgot
healthy,
it today.
I was going to say.
I forgot it. It was charging. I had to charge it. So
that thing has to charge. What is it?
It
like
does.
A little. Oh, okay, that's cool.
It's like a USB thing that goes into the desktop at home, and I put it on and forgot it. So
I want to throw this out there as a challenge to everybody for Younger Life and for our Younger Life crew. With the beautiful weather all across the United States, and especially in our listening but viewing audience area, as well as the Chicago corridor of Illinois and Northwest Indiana and Southwest Michigan, gorgeous weather predicted. Please get out there and try to just walk. You don't have to go several miles. Just take a nice walk.
May is also National Bike Month. We learned.
Please.
So now is a great time to sneak out. I noticed too at the zoo. Mm-hmm. There's a bike rack that's from the bike stop.
Of course it is.
So I thought of them. I thought of our friends over there and thought, it would be, if you live anywhere in the area, that would be a beautiful ride to take it to, peek around the zoo, and that would be nice. So anyway, the zoo was great. We had a wonderful time. It was a beautiful day out. So we had a picnic outside.
What was your? I was gonna say, what was your favorite part? And I was gonna say probably the picnic and just the.
We
ambiance.
did the picnic and
so cool.
played at the park, and that was nice. It was a great day, and it was funny. It was interesting when I asked my son and my nephew what their favorite parts were. They have a little area that they have birds in, and you can pay $1 to get a stick with bird seed.
Oh, I know exactly.
Okay,
on from Michigan City,
and it's
with
fun
here on the radio side.
So
cool.
It was funny. These birds were everywhere, and they would zoom right. I kept flinching, afraid they were going to hit my bruised eye. I kept thinking oh, it's healing. Don't hit my eye, because they would just. But they were so cool, and my son was fascinated by that. And we left, and it was funny. We talked about lots of things, and he said, out of the blue, I can't believe that I was holding a real bird on a stick and feeding it. It stuck with him, and it was so cute. So as soon as the older kids all got home from school, that's the first thing he told them. And, they all said, "How was your day at the zoo?" And he told them all
That's
about the
so
birds.
cool.
And you're not supposed to pet or touch the birds. But, of course, he tried to snag a pet of the bird. And as soon as he tried to, it would take off. But inevitably it would come back, and they're just, they're
food.
smart.
Yeah.
They know what
They
you're
get
there
it.
for.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it was so cool. And I joked there was a worker in there. She was very nice.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, so tell us how many times people get pooped on in here. And she said, actually, they never do. It was just really cool.
Hold that thought. Let's go
we
to
do
our
have-
Younger Life live line. 219-861-1632. Welcome to a Freeform Friday with Federici and Anthony. Who is this?
Hi, this is Annette. I was just listening to you about the zoo visit with the birds.
Yes.
And we have a condo right across from the zoo.
Wow.
Cool.
And I was sitting, looking outside. It was a beautiful day. And here on the deck was this beautiful little yellow parakeet. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, where's this coming from? Somebody lost their bird, and I bet it came from the zoo.
I bet it did.
I
it's
bet
funny.
it got out. I just hope it knows where its food is coming from, and it goes back home.
I hope so too. It's funny you say that. The pictures that I took actually were this vibrant little yellow bird, and he was just beautiful. They're all so cool. I love birds too. So just to see them all and see how accustomed they are to people, it was very, very neat. But I bet it was. They're so cute. Weren't you dying to get your hands on?
He was right across from home, so hopefully he finds his way back.
Yes.
Can I tell you where you are at for viewers and listeners alike? That is so gorgeous where
Absolutely
you are at.
beautiful.
Just to be able to wake up and look at that gorgeous lake, and that whole surrounding area is just drop dead gorgeous. The dunes area.
Yeah.
How do you like it there, if you don't mind me asking?
We love it. We love it. You guys were just talking about the bike rides, and I go up and down Lakeshore Drive,
Yeah,
and
gorgeous.
I've ridden my bike up to Marquette Mall.
Wow,
I go
that
all
is
over.
awesome.
I just love it here,
It's beautiful.
and it's really a getaway.
Mm-hmm.
But we're looking to live here, and it's just an incredible place. Everything is within minutes. And like you said, waking up to see the water is unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
All 4 seasons. We love it.
Puts you in a different mindset. Listen, I would
love
love for
hearing
you.
that.
First off, thanks for calling us on Younger Life and tuning in and all that good stuff. But Mary and I are also going to do a bike ride. Maybe we could do a bike ride up along the lakefront,
Oh, that would
and
be
we
gorgeous.
would, have you join us. We would love that. It would be really fun.
Oh, I would love it. It's a beautiful ride, and it's well, there's a couple little hills you wouldn't think that they're there when you're driving the car.
Yeah.
When you're on the bike, they're there. But
Absolutely.
it's really a great ride.
One year
it's not bad at all.
It's been many years now, but I did a 5K up there, right there on Lakeshore Drive that
yeah.
the hospital did, LaPorte Hospital did. It was a fundraiser they called Two Big Hearts. It was a very moving story about two people that had died of heart issues. But so it was a fundraiser. It was really very moving. So I said, "Ooh, I'm going to do this," and it was the most beautiful walk. But you were right about those hills. They don't look bad until you're going up them. And even walking, I was thinking, whoo, I was dead tired. But you could look out to the right, and it was gorgeous. The way we were going, you could look to the right, you just see the water. It was
beautiful.
such a gorgeous.
You take the morning. I'll take a
gorgeous
morning
day.
bike ride and just stop and watch the waves. They're
yeah.
hypnotizing.
They really are hypnotizing. That's a great way to put it.
Someone just said we need to do the Younger Life live show live from your place.
Yeah. There you go.
That would be awesome.
How
I'll bring
fun.
the
We're
margaritas.
welcome back.
That would be great. That's
All right,
funny.
you're awesome.
Thank
Thanks
you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
You
Thanks.
too. Wow, what a
Bye-bye.
great call. That's
Yeah.
what I like.
It's funny, those birds, she's right though, they are so pretty and so cute that you just die to touch them because they look soft. That was
we
cool.
got several dings in here. First off, I always wear a hat when we're feeding the birds. So
just for that reason, I worried about that, but they said it really doesn't happen. So.
Michael also said, I'd love to join you guys on that ride up Lakeshore Drive. You should do it from Michigan City all the way down through Long Beach and beyond. So stop 31 up on the lakefront for those people that are, listening or maybe viewing. It is drop dead gorgeous.
It is. It's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
I love it.
You know what? And our caller was right about hypnotizing the waves. When we went up into the tower at the zoo, we climbed all the way up, and our little guys were nervous. My son and my nephew, they were very nervous. They said, "This is so high," and it was high. I said, "Oh my gosh, this is so high!" But
well, paint that picture. What is it? Is it a tower? I know what it is, but a tower on the ground.
Oh yeah, so it looks like the kids kept calling it a castle of sorts.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And there's stairways all the way up. You climb all the way up to it's just a lookout tower, and all the windows have metal bars, so you don't have to be paranoid about, especially the kids.
Right.
You don't have to be paranoid about
God
anybody
forbid.
falling out or anything. So it was it's just high, and I'm curious to know. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can look it up, see how high it is. But it's up there. But to stare out at the waves, man, it's just gorgeous.
I say that to folks all the time. That whole corridor over by Washington Park, the Senior Center of Michigan City, the zoo, that lakefront is just beautiful, magnificent.
It was really cute. I heard another little boy from another school. He was probably, I don't know, first or second grade, and his father was with him, and they were up at the top when I got up there. And he was trying to explain to his son, that's Chicago over there across the water. He's trying to tell him, and the kid said, "You're right. I see the Statue of Liberty." And his dad laughed and said, "No, you don't." And I said, "Honey, if you can see the Statue of Liberty, you have crazy good eyes."
Yeah.
It's just funny that he said he was so serious. This little boy it was fun. We had a really nice day. It was a beautiful day out. And again, it's one of those examples of getting in that exercise without even
exercising.
That's it. Without even feeling it was a beautiful day. Right. It was a beautiful day. So
someone just said, wasn't there a specific reason that the tower you guys are talking about was built? And I was at a lookout tower for.
There was nobody giving us information. Just I knew where the tower was.
I've been up in that tower.
So yeah, I knew that it was over there and they had it open. So there was no information that I had actually. That I came across on it, but I'm going to see if I can find it.
Can I tell you what we have done as a family? Norma, myself, and the two girls in that park.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, may not be familiar with it. Every year, the month of December, and if you haven't been there, folks, it's drop dead gorgeous. As it edges up on the winter, they have the Festival of Lights.
Yeah,
so
beautiful.
they decorate it for Christmas. So and they have music, so you could drive. And it's free. You drive in and you drive through the whole thing. But what we've done by the zoo in years that it was open in Avail is leading up to that, like around Thanksgiving time and right before Christmas, is we would take a picture on the zoo, and then behind you was the water.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
It
that
is.
whole area, like it is the scene of like great volleyball tournaments, the Great Lakes Grand Prix, live events, just great things on the sand.
Really
the
cool.
families that go from stop 1 all the way down to 22, you talk about people swimming. There are massive like hiking, through that area, but biking and 5Ks and stuff that the Michigan City.
It seems like always stuff going on. Honestly.
So if you're looking for something to do, you could want to connect, looking for things to do, and the bike ride. Beautiful. Like I know. So
those hills though,
looking up that little thing?
I'm trying to look up the tower.
All right.
That I'm trying
While
to
you're
look
looking that up, I want to remind folks about Dirt to Delicious, which Mary Anthony here from Younger Life is going to be out there. 10 to 1 o'clock Central is the entire event on the lawn of the LaPorte Hospital, and looking forward to all types of neat things, a lot of freebies, a lot of fun stuff.
Hands-on gardening
gal,
thing.
Sasha G is going to be there.
She is, and she's so good. So it's going to be hands-on, gardening experience, and she's also going to help people plot their spot for their own gardens, help with a little bit of planning. It's going to be in segments. The LaPorte County Mobile Library will be there. They'll
Christy,
be doing story hours.
Tony,
I know,
crew,
just sweet. I'm excited about it. So they're going to be there for story hour. There's going to be some a couple scavenger hunt tours for tokens that you can redeem at the farmers market. And we had on last Friday Merle Marksman, who is the new director of the farmers market, LaPorte Farmers Market.
Yes.
So, good stuff, lots of good stuff.
By the way, which is right across the street from Younger Life Plaza, which is another
it's
new
in
fixture.
yeah,
It's really, really
it's
cool.
it's in the
working stage.
It's in the working stage, but it will be very nice when it's done.
We're doing a show or two from down there. We should have like Freeform Friday live from the plaza.
I think that would be good.
Every week.
I think it's really neat how we learn more all the time about how green space is important in our communities, and not just because it looks pretty, although it does, and so I think it's really exciting that they're adding that right downtown LaPorte, and right there for the people that live right there. It'll be an easy walk. And
by the way, if you want to walk down by what they're building so far, when you're going to that event tomorrow at LaPorte Hospital, 1007 Lincoln Way, you could literally walk. It's a hop, skip, and jump, literally right down the block to that Younger Life Plaza, which I think is great.
I really am excited for that to, keep going. And I love that it isn't quick, because really nothing is quick when we're talking about improvements of any sort. It's a perfect example. There's progress, but it takes a while, and it's okay. It's good. It's worth the wait. It'll be fun.
I want to swim today.
Today, really?
Swim.
That's interesting.
I don't know. I know it might be a little bit cold to jump in the lake. Although I saw somebody the other day when I went down by the lake.
Are you serious?
Wait, you got to hear what do they call that when in 219-861-1632? It's not parasailing, but they're on like, it almost looks like a board, and they had the wetsuit on, and they were holding on to something, but they were riding the waves, but they kept falling in the water, and I thought, I know that's got to be cold.
They have a full wetsuit on, like, brr. I mean, I can't imagine.
So I thought, I don't know what that's called. It's not parasailing. It's not.
Well, it's like a boogie board they're on, but if they're, but if it,
like a surfboard.
Yeah, that's exactly what I picture, but I don't know what it is called when it is the.
And now I thought to myself, brr.
Yeah, brr. But still, how fun. Well, great exercise there.
Yeah.
So I'm on the zoo's website. I'm just trying to find if I can find actually about the tower itself. Cool. So, but we are going to discuss these little interesting facts. So again, Jeremy, the pharmacist yesterday from LaPorte Hospital, talked about how in their own family they try to reduce the amount of chemicals and stuff that they surround themselves with, whether that's sprays, lotions, anything that they're going to be inhaling. Yeah, or just actual pills. So I was just looking up different things. Let's go to a couple of them, and I'll keep on peeking at the zoo as we get into them. I'm having the...
Yes, the strangest thing, right?
Yeah, so I'm trying... The zoo website's pretty cool, but just trying to find the tower. I'm just curious about the history on the tower. It was very cool, and...
I'm thinking that was a lookout tower for some armed, because you got to remember Michigan City, Chicago, and the corridor that comes up along the lake shore from the south side of Chicago, where the old Meigs Fields used to be, all the way up along the shoreline into northwest Indiana, all the way through Indiana, past the dunes, on and through Michigan City, all the way down through Michiana Shores, into southwest Michigan, and all the way up. This is where a lot of the armed forces and the folks used to come in, and they used to fly in. And I even know certain parts of our listening audience and viewing audience area were main staples, were main forces. I'm just throwing that out there. By the way, God bless our veterans out there.
Yeah, for sure.
And those men and women fighting for our freedom right now, all branches of the military.
All over.
So, that's great. All right, so we've got that. I want to throw out something else that could be healthy for you. We're trying to throw out items of interest. St. Stan's in Michigan City is reminding you about a 5K run and walk, and this will be happening Saturday, June 4th. So if you want to sign up for something healthy to do, they've got a whole bunch of things. It is going to help St. Stan's Parish, and we're all about helping our different denominations and our parishes out there. No religious slant here, but all race proceeds will benefit much needed repairs to the parish church, and it's the St. Stan's Trail Creek 5K run walk, Saturday, June 4th, 8 a.m., and it's going to be taking place absolutely beautiful.
The feel, the energy at a 5K is so much fun. So
I agree.
I understand why I love them. They're fun. It's just, fitting it in. But if you get the chance, do it. It's fun. It doesn't matter what level you're at. I am definitely not a runner at all.
I like making a difference in you and I and our families, and a lot of folks that listen to the show and view it know that that's really in life what it is about, making a difference.
Well, not only that, you're also helping out your own body. It's important.
I agree.
So
I agree.
Okay, a few of these things. This is 13 strange but true health tips. Again, these were all just interesting, and these are all non medicine involved, which is interesting.
Jackie, note to self, write this down for our Younger Life live host over here. We have to have echo effect.
Yeah.
So say that again.
13 strange but true health tips, okay?
Yeah.
There really are a lot of them.
Strange but true.
Yeah, there are a lot of different websites that have some really cool information.
All right, let's hear
but
it.
this one is one actually from a news station that they had reported on. It is just cool.
Okay.
It says tip number 1, change your name. Which you think, what? But it says actually people with positive initials, the ones that spell things out like their initials, like Joy, like J-O, your first, middle, and last names.
I got it.
Or Joy or Wow. They live nearly 4.5 years longer statistically than people with neutral initials. And people that have initials like Dud, D-U-D, or ass, ASS.
Hello?
They could live 3 years less statistically. Isn't that funny? Other initials that could shorten life are ill, ILL, or DED.
Okay,
like
hang on 1 second. So mine's
It's just
Rick.
funny.
There's no Richard, no K, no Dick. So it's just RIC. Rick Gerard is my middle name. Thank you, St. Gerard. Patron saint of healthy boys. Michael's my confirmation name, and then Federici. That means nothing.
Yeah.
Or well, there's the MF at the end.
I don't know if that would add.
Jackie, am I living long? She's like, no MF. Okay, hold on. Wait. Before you go anywhere, hold on. You are
Mine is
M.
E. My middle name is Elizabeth. And
That's such a pretty name.
thanks. And then Anthony. But you don't have to tell you my maiden name.
Mia.
My maiden name was Satoski, so it's spelled mess. My whole life is spelled mess until I got married.
You are? Oh, my God.
Isn't that funny?
Do you know what? Jeremy, did you hear that? Her whole life spelled mess, but let's take it one step further to make you be on the good list.
There we go.
One step further, honey. I was a mess until
Now I'm a Mia.
Now I'm a Mia.
Isn't that just funny? And it's funny that actually is one of these tips because our life, we've always joked about what their initials are. You know what I mean? I don't know why. We've always talked about that. My dad's spells gas, GAS.
Whoa.
He's George Allen Satoski. So we've always joked that, it's just funny. And so, I remember being a teenager and laughing about that stuff. What
do you mean laughing about it when you were a teenager? I'm a big kid. I'll laugh about that.
No,
typical
just
guy.
our initials. I've always thought that was funny. So it's funny to me that they point out if your initials are positive, that actually I don't even know who would have done the research for something like that. But let's hear yours.
Come on, get over here, Jackie with the Grateful Dead shirt on. It's great today. All right, we're gonna just sit right here for a moment. We just want to. Okay, sit down by mic number 4 there. Okay, what is your basic? What are your letters? There's Jackie. Everybody,
Yay!
They are JRB.
JRB.
Gerb. But that is funny.
I like that. Okay, so that's Gerb. That doesn't mean anything, and so we're sticking with Gerb. And can I ask you, just because I'm very curious?
Yes.
You're obviously a young lady, obviously college. You're doing a great job. Executive producer, big round of applause, Mary Anthony.
Yay.
How is college going, and how is everything going? Like, you getting ready for the summer? We doing summer classes too?
Yeah, I'm doing 2 summer classes, one online and then one actually in the class. And then I'm moving back in with my parents tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I'm big day of moving. And then
we know how that is, right?
Yeah.
And then
okay.
Yeah, I'm just excited to be done with school.
Good.
Yeah,
Good
ready
for
for summer.
Finally be done.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I got to ask you, because on Younger Life, we try to create different synergies and different things in your life. You obviously are very active and very busy. You feel like things are going the way you want them to go from working and some of the stuff you're doing now in school and life?
Yeah, definitely. It didn't seem like that for a while, but now it's kind of light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing.
Coming together.
Yeah.
That's
How do you
nice.
like working with the Younger Life Live crew?
I love it.
Yeah. Well, you're great. You're a breath of fresh air, and we just think you're great. So keep up the good work. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
There she goes.
Yes, thanks. Okay, so
Thank you,
I think
Jackie.
it's interesting to point out that if you do have the not so positive initials, you know what? Keep a positive attitude, and that'll make up for it. No big deal.
I would love to find
So
something
that's
that
funny.
has like a dud.
I know, it's just funny. It really is strange that's actually, I don't even know who would have studied that, but I find that interesting.
There probably was a giant grant for someone for like $1 bajillion.
I know, right?
Can we get that? Okay.
It's funny. So this one says, use the first stall. This is another health tip.
Okay.
After analyzing 51 public restrooms, experts found that the stall closest to the restroom door consistently had the lowest bacteria levels and the most toilet paper. The first stall probably sees less traffic because it's near the door, and people instinctively go further back looking for more privacy, although you have the same amount of privacy. But it really is true. I read that and giggled to myself because I think that's what I come in and go straight. It's just what I do. I don't know. It's just funny.
Can I throw something else out there to tie in with this? And this might be just, I know there's other guys and gals out there like this, but especially men. Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. If anybody wants to chime in, 219-861-1632. You don't have to say who you are. Have you ever gone to the ballpark? And I mean like professional baseball. And men, you go into the bathrooms, and I could tell you by going to see the Chicago Cubs through the years, or the White Sox or whatever, or even going to the stadium type things, where you go into what would be the bathroom for the men, and there's what they call a trough.
A trough thing.
A trough or whatever.
Yeah.
And you stand around and
my husband refuses.
Me too.
He hates that.
I can't go. No, I'm just being honest. I mean, so as a tying to Younger Life, is that like in the mind? I mean, I
don't know.
Sit there like, what do? You look.
Well, I always find that strange that men are supposed to have zero privacy, and I mean, I clearly realize it's easier in that sense than in a women's restroom, but I still think privacy is kind of an important deal. I just
like
at least a little, like, you know, we've always been like confused, baffled by that. So
again, I'm not being weird. I'm just saying.
But,
I mean, that I can't do it.
I know.
I'm so glad that at least I have something in common with the young Jeremy.
Yeah, he thinks it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Crazy.
You know. So I was interested because I heard you speaking about hepatitis the other day as well.
Yes.
This is in the same study. They actually said the first stall, has lower bacteria and stuff because it just doesn't get used as much.
Knows.
But it says on a little side note, make sure you're standing up and kind of away from the toilet when you are flushing, because when you flush, a fine mist of water that contains contagious bacteria sprays, and you can actually catch intestinal bugs and even hepatitis.
Oh my God!
Which I was shocked and sickened to even read that, thinking, wow, I was shocked. So definitely go use the first stall, people. That way.
But wait, dude.
But don't tell other people, so that way it stays cleaner.
There are people out there, not to be weird, but just from cleanliness, that whole thing, that on toilet seats they have those little plastic things you can pull out. A lot of the newer and more up-to-date modern places. But let's just say you go into a place, whether it's, I'll just say a facility, so I don't name anybody. But you go into a facility, I would never, ever, would you ever sit down on a toilet seat, ever?
No.
I mean, even if you have to take care of business, do you hover? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you got me thinking about the bacteria now.
Now you're all gagged out. I know, it's just gross.
How about people
was
that
shocked.
leave their toothbrushes up on the back part of their toilet and they flush and they don't think that's going? There's the
That's yuck.
You're
Yuck.
horrified. It's like crazy.
Now this next one's not near so gross, but it is a very cool tip. Again, if you were to break an arm or be concerned that someone has broken their arm, it says to make an impromptu cast until you can get somewhere. Place your arm wrist down on a thick magazine.
Got it.
And you roll the magazine up on either side of the arm. You know what I mean? You're going to bend it. And then you secure it with an ace bandage, or you could use, actually it says you can use a towel or a t-shirt if you don't have an ace bandage. And, until you can get to the doctor, which I think is a fabulous tip. That absolutely would help keep it much more still than just trying to hold it still, or even just to wrap it. It gives it some security. I like that.
I'm just thinking of the spray coming out of the
I know. Sorry, that one I should have saved for last because it's so gross. But again, use the first stall if you can. So this was really cute. Another little interesting, strange tip. It says, maybe you should accuse others of taking your keys. Research suggests that there's a marked difference between how younger and older people interpret misplacing a set of keys.
Okay.
A young guy will usually blame someone else. Who took my dang keys is what they're going to be saying.
Right.
Where an older man will typically blame himself.
Absolutely.
Instantly will say, I must have misplaced those keys again. I really am getting old.
Yeah. Or could you help me find those keys?
And it says never use your age as an excuse for anything like this. And see if it helps you remain younger longer. It's actually a very effective mental trick. And I loved that. I thought, it's true, because the very first thing you think is, who took them? You know what I mean? You hear people say that. You see it. Time. Even the kids, it doesn't even have to be keys. It could be their backpack. It could be their
telephone.
Who took it? You know what I mean? Where you think, where did you put it? But that is just a more mature brain, we'll say. So I think that is a good point. So you know what? Blame other people.
Yep.
Blame them. Hold on to that youth a little bit longer. This is about the broken arm kind of deal, which is a mental trick. And I know I've had broken bones with the kids before. They've had broken bones.
Have you ever?
I have never broken a bone.
Oh,
I've had lots of things. Knock on wood. I tease my children who have had broken bones, and I say, what in the world? Your father and I have certainly never been just couch potatoes and have managed to not break bones, and yet the kids have, and one of my children have broken numerous bones. I told my doctor, do I need to be worried? She has brittle bones.
But you know what? Do you call her? Is her nickname Crash?
Yeah, well, the doctor, actually, we had an orthopedic doctor that we would see for her bones through LaPorte Hospital, and he was so funny because when she broke like her third break, I said, I'm really worried that she might have, is she deficient? And he said, certainly not. She plays rough. Keep at it. Play like a boy. That's what he told her. So I said, please, we're just a continuous patient. It's ridiculous. But anyways.
On a scouting venture, tell Mary, on a scouting venture, that happened. One of the kids fell while they were hiking, and we didn't have anything to utilize for a cast. We utilized a magazine and a bungee cord.
Perfect. See, that was genius. Bungee cord. See, that is very resourceful. Bravo. I love that.
That is a good piece of information.
Along the lines of broken bones, this says, a cast can become very, very itchy. That's what the point I was getting to. Yeah. It's rough. It says, if you're having a serious itch under a cast, try to scratch the opposite arm or foot or wherever the cast is. So if, say it's a wrist, like we were talking about with the magazine.
Scratch the other one?
It says, this may actually try to trick the brain into thinking that you're scratching the itch.
Can I tell you the one time that I had a cast, you're going to laugh.
So you did break?
Personally?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, once real bad. And I could tell you, you will so love this one. We got something else there too. I was having my 8th grade graduation party at my house.
No.
The entire class was there, packed with family and relatives. We were, this is really going to date me. We had the album on called Off the Wall by Michael Jackson. Okay. And I love music. I love all types of music. But I was dancing to Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And I jumped up in the air because at that point I could jump up and do the splits.
Oh,
splits and come up as a guy. And I did the splits and I went down and my foot bent behind me and cracked at my party.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Dad, everybody just horrified. Stop, They're like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. I was limping. I literally waited till after the party was over to go take care of it.
And then as soon as the last person left, you're going, my foot.
I actually recently found, and my buddy across the street from my house, Daryl, he at the same time, he had a broken foot, and that was so much pain. But I remember when you said that, my mind went straight back to that year. So that was 1980. So think about that. That was 36 years ago. That feeling, that sensation,
that itchy and
itchy, and I don't like the feeling where you can't. It's not that you're dirty, but you can't clean it.
You can't wash it, right? It's strange now. They do have some waterproof casts. It's just strange, but I thankfully have never had to deal with that. But so another little tip is, it says to help break a high fever. I've heard this one. Go ahead, let's hear. I heard the ding, so let's hear it.
Back to the toilet seat, Mary Anthony.
Oh, gross.
Wait. Even though I don't sit, I still wipe with antibacterial gel. So gross. Not that what they're doing, but so gross on what you said. The seat. I just can't see myself. I'm just going to throw this out there. We use it, and then we're not promoting any products here. We're not doctors. But I use here at the Younger Life Live studios and the radio station, I'm constantly, as a boss and as a manager, as an owner kind of thing, I'm constantly wiping down, and I have Clorox wipes, Lysol wipes. I constantly wipe down the toilet seat and even the second one, but I have gloves on. But I'm constantly washing my hands. By the way, 15 to 20 seconds, as Mary Anthony would point out. But I don't know if you guys use them or people use them, but I think those are gold.
I love them. Yeah, I think it's important.
Everything, keyboards, phones,
doorknobs, stuff that people don't think of. Exactly. Doorknobs, light switches, remotes, things like that.
Do you think I'm weird?
No, not at all. I'm not a germaphobe, but when we're talking toilets, it's all gross anyways.
That stat you said today, though, about the sprays freaking me out.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
I'm really, really anal, no pun intended, about all this stuff.
That's pretty gross. And again, I'm not a big germaphobe, but that's pretty gross.
See the spray.
Yeah, that's yuck. And that's the key. You can't see it. That's what's even worse. Yuck. Okay, so to help break a high fever.
Okay.
Anything up to 102 is still considered not a high fever.
Okay.
But and actually it says obviously drink plenty of fluids. Anything that's above that's kind of much more difficult to bring down, especially if you're trying not to take medication. I would say take some medication and call your doctor if you have a fever that's 102 or higher. I would be really nervous over that. But it says to help bring it down quickly, you can put ice under the arms or in the groin area. It's very uncomfortable, but it does help cool the core quick.
Wow.
Which I've heard that before, but
That's good.
you know, my mom occasionally, when the kids were sick, she would say, "Oh, put a cold wash rag under their arms." But you know,
Well,
it's
do you
not
know,
comfortable.
too, a lot of people, and this is weird, I think it's just because of the way the body is, a lot of people and people with children, they take temperature.
Oh, yeah,
underneath the
that's
arms,
recommended,
the
right.
legs, other areas.
Different, yeah. So here's another one that says, now we're talking about germs. It says you can skip the antibacterial soap. It says there's absolutely no reason to actually buy antibacterial soap.
Why is that?
According to the American Medical Association.
I don't know if I believe this.
Close to, I know, I'm skeptical, but it
No.
says close to 50% of soaps sold in the United States, you know, the have these antibacterial things in them. And
Sure.
it says the American Medical Association claims that there's no actual solid scientific proof that these soaps are better than regular soap.
Yeah,
So,
but if it says antibacterial, they've got to have something in there that's going to...
I know, but I think that's
you.
the point, is that there's just more stuff in there, but it doesn't prove that it helps more.
How about the
You know, we've talked
how
about-
the hand sanitizer?
Well, that's important too. I mean, we've talked about the hand sanitizer. That doesn't address that. This is specifically antibacterial soaps.
Okay.
Trying to reduce one more chemical in the soap. Now, when we talked to Cindy, the pharmacist, before, and we discussed, you know, we were discussing strains of bacteria that were becoming resistant to antibiotics or becoming stronger because we've used too much antibacterial soap or gel and stuff like that. She addressed that and did a great job of saying, you know, you don't want to use it nonstop because you are going to be exposed to germs and your body
Absolutely.
needs to, you know, you don't want to hurt your immune system. So she was great about that. But this just states that the American Medical Association hasn't proven that antibacterial stuff in your soap is any more effective than regular soap. So regardless, as long as you're using soap
We need to do a science project.
and scrubbing, well, we did when we remember when we went to the running with
The
scissors and
running
other
with
things you
scissors
shouldn't
event,
do. Yeah, and we showed how difficult it is to get germs off. So I think as long as you're using soap, warm water, scrubbing as long as you're
How
supposed
many
to.
seconds?
Well, I say sing the ABCs, so I don't really know how many seconds it is. That's how we've always
15.
done.
A, B, C,
Yeah.
D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L,
In between
M,
those
N, O, P,
fingers, this,
Q,
all over.
R,
Yeah.
S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. You were right on. That was about 15 seconds.
Oh, good. Well, that's just what I always
I
heard while
did
we're
it for
singing.
you.
Good deal. So that's that one. Let's see. I'm making sure here.
Now I know my ABCs.
So,
Come on, Mary
another
Anthony.
one.
Go for
this
it.
says you can disinfect a wound with honey. Now, this sounds crazy, but I have heard this, and I always thought that was just an old wives' tale until I read this. It says, pour a dab of honey on a cut before you cover it with a bandage. Believe it or not, honey has very powerful antibacterial properties in
Okay.
it. A recent study found that it was capable of destroying almost all the strains of the most common wound-infecting bacteria. So, you know, we talk about honey for allergies. When we discussed allergies with the doctor before, we discussed allergies with our pharmacist before. Honey, natural honey, is so good for that. And I apparently for wounds, I heard that and thought that was crazy until I read that.
That's
It's
awesome.
actually been proven.
That's great
So,
information.
here's another really cool thing. Next time you nick yourself in the kitchen, reach for black pepper. You run cold water over your wound to clean it. Use soap if you're handling meat and stuff, of course. But if you sprinkle black pepper on it and apply pressure, in no time bleeding will stop. It turns out, and now this is so
That's
crazy,
a
and I
very
actually looked
cool
that up on a
piece
couple
of info.
other websites to verify that, because I thought that was true. I've never heard that, even as a wives'
Never
tale. I never
either.
heard it. But black pepper has some antibacterial and antiseptic properties, as well as a little bit of numbing properties, so it will, and it doesn't sting. It won't sting the wound like a lot of things do, and it will stop the bleeding quick. So it says you don't have to tell your audience, that it doesn't sting. You can still carry on like it does, but it doesn't. So shave your mustache and sniff less is what it says. If you are prone to allergies and you have a mustache, wash it twice a day with liquid soap. One study found that patients that did this had fewer or needed fewer antihistamines and decongestants because the beard and the mustache can hold so many germs and so much pollen actually can get stuck in it, which sounds crazy.
Wait, hold on. Don't we have someone here on the Younger Life set that he has a mustache and a beard?
I love facial hair, but I was interested to read that.
Tell Nick to come in here. Is Nick working on a project? He's in back. Nick, come on the radio. You're going to be on TV too. Nick, you sit right here on this chair, right here. You sit right here. I want you to...
Good morning, Nick. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're always good, dude. All right, so you love facial hair. Your husband has
I love facial hair.
Right.
He, too, has facial hair. This was saying, do you have allergies?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you? Well, it said, you can actually get pollen and stuff stuck in the mustache and beard. It said if you do have it and you have issues with it, you should be washing it with liquid soap twice a day.
I cannot
Isn't
see
that funny?
anybody doing that.
That's it. That's exactly what my husband does. I don't think he thinks anything else about it, But it said that one study found that patients that washed their beard and mustache with liquid soap twice a day used fewer antihistamines. They needed fewer antihistamines and fewer decongestants overall. So one way to reduce your chemical intake or your medicine intake is just wash it twice a day. That's crazy. I've never heard that.
How long have you
Very interesting.
Were you a young guy with facial hair?
I had a really crappy beard up until about a year and a half ago, so I just kind of started permanently having a beard about a year and a half ago.
Yeah, see, Rick Federighi would take so many weeks, and it's like, okay, dude, you got to get that little bit out of
For a long
there.
time, Jeremy was like that.
Weird.
It took a long time for his to come in and be not patchy or, you know what I mean? So...
I've had a chin strap. That's been what I've had since like high
school.
That's awesome, though. I love it. So that's interesting. Maybe you should try it and see if it makes a difference. But if you don't have bad allergies, my husband does. So it's a great point. I meant to tell him.
Someone said, does that include women in menopause?
That's so sad. Probably not, but can't hurt, I guess.
Well, I guess.
Worth a try.
It is. It happens.
So how you doing today? Good?
I'm doing good.
Young ones, rock and roll. Do you get out there? I know you work on the other side of Younger Life. Do you get out there and bike or walk or work out or do all the above or any of that stuff?
I got trails. The dunes are right by my house, so I walk my dog about a quarter mile down the road, and then we just have miles and miles of sandy dune trail. So that's my thing.
Love it. See,
that's good.
I'm liking that. All right, well,
that's very good.
What did you have for breakfast this morning? Just curious.
Chicken pepper jack sandwich.
Chicken pepper
jack
jack
sandwich?
Funny.
I don't often eat breakfast food. I usually just eat like leftover dinner or just make a lunch at like 9 in the morning.
See, that's me.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love having food like that.
Yeah. I don't think it matters as long as it's something that you like and are going to eat and good for you. Yeah.
Rock on.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you stopping by. Woo! Another great person for Younger Life. I just was curious because he obviously has
his facial hair, right?
Yeah.
This little tip is one we already know about. We've discussed many times. It is about having a pet and the importance of it helps lower your risk of heart disease and lower your blood pressure.
Okay.
So pet your dog or your cat. Numerous studies show that petting a dog, this one was specifically geared towards dogs, but really helps keep the blood pressure control, especially if you're stressed out. Spend some time with
I got to tell you, my favorite
furry
part, and my little Troy boy is gone, and that was another show about, losing your animal. But man, I used to love petting my dog, and it was just so relaxing. I just loved it, and I know you love your pets.
Oh, absolutely.
People out
they
there
drive me crazy, but I love them, and absolutely. And it doesn't have to be whatever brings you peace, whatever. So that was not necessarily a strange fact to me. Here was a strange one though. Banging your head against a wall.
What?
Burns 150 calories an hour.
Don't do that.
Nonsense.
Kids,
please don't do that.
Ever.
If you feel the urge to do that, please call your doctor.
Yeah,
I thought that was very, very strange.
By the way, I like when you guys do this Freeform Friday. Love the information. Learned a lot today.
It's all silly
Love
stuff.
Younger Life. Well,
thanks.
That's a wrap for another great week.
It's
I'm
fun.
Rick Federighi.
I'm Mary Anthony.
Have a good weekend.
See you at Dirt to Delicious if you're out there, people.